Welcome to In 5 Minutes. Our topic is strain energy. We have studied in the chapter Simple Stresses and Strain that when a deformable body of square cross section and length L, when subjected to a tensile load P, deforms by length delta L. When this deformation is within the elastic limit, we say that the body is in elastic region. By elastic region means the deformation will disappear when the load applied is removed, and the body will again come back to its original size and shape. So the work done upon the body for loading up to the elastic limit is stored in the body in the form of internal energy in the body, and this internal energy stored in the body is called as your strain energy. It is this strain energy which does work upon the body so that your body come back to its original size and shape when your load is removed. Your strain energy is denoted by capital letter U and its unit is joule or Newton meter. Now in the chapter Simple Stresses and Strain, we have also seen this stress and strain curve. This is a typical stress strain curve for any ductile material, and the point E is the elastic limit which divides this stress strain curve into two regions, elastic region and plastic region. So strain energy is the energy which is stored in the body when a body is subjected to load up to elastic limit. We also see that up to the elastic limit E, the stress and strain is linear. That means stress is directly proportional to strain. Now since stress is equal to load applied upon original cross-sectional area A and strain is equal to delta L upon original length L. Now here we see as the original cross-sectional area and original length remain same, and since stress is directly proportional to strain, we can say that up to elastic limit, load is also directly proportional to delta L. Now this is evident from this diagram. We plotted the curve of load and deformation, and we see that the load is directly proportional to delta L up to the elastic limit E. Now we shall try to derive the formula for the strain energy stored in the body. Consider a body which is subjected to load up to point A, which is denoted in both stress strain curve and in the load and deformation curve. Now the area below the curve will give you the work done upon the body. Now this work is done upon the body is stored in it, and the complementary area which is equal to the area of the work done is represents the strain energy stored in the body. So strain energy U is equal to average resistance multiplied by elongation. So it can be given as half into P into delta L. Now this is nothing but the area below this load and deformation curve. Now substituting the value of P and delta L from these two equations, I can write it as half into P is stress into area and delta L is strain multiplied by original length. So we have U is equal to half into stress into strain multiplied by AL. Now this we can write it as half into stress multiplied by strain into volume, where AL is the volume, where A is the cross-sectional area and L is the length. Now this is a very important relation, so let this be equation 1. Now if you consider this equation, I can write internal energy is equal to half into stress into strain. We can write it as stress upon Young's modulus sigma by E multiplied by AL. So we get the formula of strain energy is equal to sigma square AL divided by 2E. So this is a formula for strain energy. We see that your strain energy is directly proportional to square of the stress, then it is directly proportional to the volume AL, and it is inversely proportional to the Young's modulus E. So greater the stress, greater will be the amount of strain energy stored in the body. Let this equation be equation 2.